Hi, boys and girls. This is Mrs. Pearson, your elementary ELL teacher. Today we're going to do an oral retell for second grade journeys, lesson 15. And our story that we're going to retell is Officer Buckle and Gloria. So for this lesson, we're going to turn and talk. That means I'm going to ask you a question or questions. You're going to think about your answer. You're going to pair up with a partner at home, or you can be my virtual partner. And then you're going to share your thinking out loud in a complete sentence or sentences. So, Officer Buckle and Gloria is fiction. Fiction books are made up stories. Fiction is not real. Fiction has illustrations, characters, it's pretend, and it has a setting. The genre or type of literature of Officer Buckle and Gloria is humorous fiction. Humorous fiction is a story with funny characters or comical events to make the reader laugh. So, Officer Buckle and Gloria is humorous fiction. That's the genre or type of literature. Let's review our vocabulary words because you may use these when you answer questions about the story and retell the story in your own words. Number 1, obeys. Obeys means follows orders and rules. And I highlighted the synonym follows. Obeys and follows are synonyms of each other. Number 2, safety. Rules for protection or to keep from getting hurt. Safety. And another word for safety could be protection that I highlighted. Number 3, attention. To be still and to look ahead or to notice what is around you. And again, a synonym for attention could be notice. Number 4, buddy. A close friend, a companion. And a synonym for buddy could be friend. Number 5, station. Area where people do work, a workplace. I highlighted workplace. Number 6, speech, a talk or presentation given to a group of people. And I highlighted the synonym presentation when you present information in front of people. Number 7, shocked, taken by surprise, very surprised. And again, another word for shocked is surprised. Number 8, enormous, large or very big. Enormous. And another word for enormous is large. Let's go over our learning target. I can retell the important parts of the story, Officer Buckle and Gloria, using pictures, words, and sentences. So, how will you know you're successful? Here it says success criteria. How will you know you're successful at retelling the important parts of the story, Officer Buckle and Gloria? Well, here are our steps to success. I will, number 1, answer the talk about it questions. Number 2, say and match the characters and setting. Number 3, say and match the lesson or moral of the story, what the characters learned. You're also going to put the retelling pictures in the correct sequence or order. And then finally, you're going to say and match the sentences to each picture from the story, saying what happened first, later, last. All right, let's go over our turn and talk rules. If you have a partner at home, you're eye to eye and knee to knee. That means you're facing the speaker. Number 2, first one person talks, the other person listens. Number 3, then the next person talks, the other person listens. 4, don't talk too long on your turn or your partner will not have time to have a turn. You may agree with your partner or with me, Mrs. Pearson, and you can say, I agree with you because, or you may disagree, and you may say, I disagree with you because, and tell me why. So here's our first major event in Officer Buckle and Gloria. You can find this and reread about it on pages 508 to 509 in our Journeys textbook. Look closely at the picture and think, what is going on? Where is the story taking place, the setting, and who is in the story or in this picture, the characters? So, here's our question. How can you tell from the picture that the students and teachers at Knapville School need Officer Buckle? So, if you're looking closely, you can answer this question. How can you tell from the picture that the students and teachers at Knapville School need Officer Buckle? So you can say, I can tell they need Officer Buckle because I can tell they need Officer Buckle because, and tell me why. Well, if you look closely, accidents are happening all around. There is a student who is carrying books and they're too tall and they're falling on another student. There's another student who didn't tie their shoes, so they're tripping. The principal is on a rolling chair and she's about ready to fall. There's just accidents all over. They need Officer Buckle and his safety rules to be safe and to protect themselves from harm. So it says, number two, at first, what usually happens after Officer Buckle shares his safety tips with the students? And that's key. At first, what usually happens after Officer Buckle shares his safety tips with the students? So you can say usually or at first, the students, so remember to say it out loud. Well, as you can tell, Officer Buckle might have already given his safety tip speech, and usually students forget his safety tips and do not follow them. They just go on like they never even heard them. Okay, and here's another major event from the story. Look closely at who is in the story. Think about the setting where this is taking place and what's happening. You can reread about this in our textbook on pages 511 to 515. And here's your first question. What do the children do when Gloria acts out Officer Buckle's safety tips? What do the children do when Gloria acts out Officer Buckle's safety tips? You can say, when Gloria acts out the tips, the children, what do the children do? Well, when Gloria acts out the tips, the children sit up and start to pay attention. They laugh and they giggle and they roar and they are very entertained. They start actually listening because Gloria has caught their attention. Number two, why do you think Gloria acts differently when Officer Buckle is watching her? So, if Officer Buckle were to turn around, what does Gloria usually do and why? Why do you think Gloria acts differently when Officer Buckle is watching her? So you can say, I think she acts differently because, well, I think she acts differently because She knows that it's important for Officer Buckle that everyone is paying attention, and maybe she just wants to keep it a secret, or maybe she thinks Officer Buckle will get upset. Um, and she just wants to be a good, attentive dog. Next picture. What's going on? Where are they? Who is in the picture? So think about the setting and the who is in the picture. You can reread about it on pages 522 to 523. And here's your question. Why does Officer Buckle decide to stop giving safety speeches? Why does Officer Buckle decide to stop giving safety speeches? So he decides to stop because he decides to stop because well, he decides to stop because he sees the safety speech on the news channel on the television and sees that no one's really looking at him. They're only looking at Gloria, and he feels sad because he thinks no one's paying attention to him because Gloria's stealing the show. Everyone's entertained by Gloria. So he decides since no one's listening to him, only Gloria, he's just going to stop. Do the safety speeches work without Officer Buckle, and why? Do the safety speeches work without Officer Buckle, and why? Remember, after this, they invite Gloria back to Knapville School, and Gloria is up on the stage, and what happens? So the safety speeches do work because, or the safety speeches do not work because. Well, if you remember, the safety speeches do not work without Officer Buckle because Gloria's sad. She wants her buddy, and Gloria doesn't want to act out the speeches because she doesn't have her buddy Officer Buckle with her, and she's sad, and everyone falls asleep. So our last major event. Look who is in the picture and where are they. You can reread about it on pages 526 to 529 in your Journeys textbook. What does Officer Buckle realize about Gloria? What does Officer Buckle realize about Gloria? So you can say Officer Buckle realizes that. Well, Officer Buckle realizes that Gloria and him are a great team. They work better together. He realizes that Gloria is working as a team with him and helping his speeches. He realizes that they work better together. Why do you think Officer Buckle and Gloria gave better speeches when they were together? Why do you think Officer Buckle and Gloria gave better speeches when they were together? So you could say they did better together because they were a team. One gave the tips while the other acted them out. And but when they did them together, they just worked. They worked better as a team, and you couldn't have one without the other. So we're going to retell orally Officer Buckle and Gloria using these sentence frames. The main retell of Officer Buckle and Gloria. The main characters are, so who is in the story? The main characters. The main characters are Officer Buckle and Gloria. Those are the main characters. The setting is where does the story take place? The setting is the setting is the school and the station. So Knappville School and the police station. So now we're going to put the pictures in the correct sequence. First, then, next, last. So first, what is happening at Knappville School or Napeville School? First, tell me what's going on in the picture. First, Officer Buckle goes to Knappville School to give safety speeches. No one ever pays attention or listens to his safety tips. So then what happens then? Then Gloria Gloria becomes the new police dog at the station. She acts out Officer Buckle's safety tips. Everyone loves it and obeys the tips. So next, what does Officer Buckle decide to do? Next, Officer Buckle sees Gloria act out the tips on TV. He decides to stop giving speeches because no one was looking at him. So last, what does Officer Buckle decide to do? Last, Officer Buckle alas, Gloria is sad and a big accident happens at the school. Officer Buckle is shocked and decides to join his buddy Gloria again. So, in the end, Officer Buckle and Gloria learned that they are better together. That's the lesson. They're better together. In the end, Officer Buckle and Gloria learned that they are better together. All right, let's review our learning target. How do you think you did? Our learning target was I can retell important parts of the story, Officer Buckle and Gloria using words and sentences. Would you give yourself a 4? I could teach this lesson. I easily answered the questions and retold the story using the sentence starters. Or would you give yourself a 3? I was able to answer most of the questions and retold the story using the sentence starters. Or would you give yourself a 2? I was able to answer some of the questions and retold some of the story using the sentence starters. Or would you give yourself a 1? I was not able to answer the questions and did not retell the story. How do you think you did? 4, 3, 2, or 1? Well, thank you, boys and girls, for retelling the story and talking about the important parts of the story with me. Have a great day.